Hi, my name's Jill. The clumsy crocodile. Casey Green was on her way to work. It was the very first day of her new job. He was going to work at Everglades, the biggest and best store in town. It's so thing you just couldn't buy anywhere else. So when Casey got a job there, she was as pleased as sponge. First, Casey was sent to work in the China department. After only 10 minutes, he had sold 60 cups and saucers to a very rich lady. She was doing well. Casey packed the china carefully into a box. She was as gentle as a crocodile can be, but maybe just a little slow. The lady began to get impatient. Casey quickly tied a big bow to the box. She didn't want the lady to be cross. Not her very first customer. But as Casey picked up the box, this oyster struck. She would pick it upside down, 60 cups and sugar smashed on to the floor. The customer stamped her foot angrily and left. Next, Casey was sent to the toy department. She hoped there was less to break. She didn't want any accidents. I must put this ball away, she thought. Someone could trip over and have a bad fall. But what she bent down, her tail swung out behind her. The Toy Town Express was knocked right off its rails. So she was sent to the food hall. But there, things went from bad to worse. Casey tripped over a stool. A bowl of salad flew in the air and landed on Annette's Everglade head. Annette Everglade owned the department store. He was Casey's boss, and he was not happy man. Go to my office, he yelled. Now. Trembling, Casey obeyed. Chapter 2. Across boards. Annette Everglade was furious. He liked salad, but not on his head. Go and don't never come back, he told Casey. I don't want a clumsy crocodile in my store. Casey begged and pleaded. He pleaded and begged. Just give me one more chance. I will be very careful, he promised. But Mr. Everglade was more interested in his newspaper. He wasn't even listening to Casey. At last, he looked up. I don't have time for you, he said. Some true thieves are in town. the famous Grady Boys. Casey gasped. Everyone had heard to the Grady Boys, but she still wanted her job back. She began to cry. Now Mr. Everglade couldn't stand crying. He would do anything to stop it. Okay, he said. Go to the luxury goods department first thing Monday morning. Chapter 3. Getting it right. The next day was Sunday. Casey worked hard at home, getting ready for Monday. She emptied her cupboard and stacked everything inside them. He stacked every pot, plate, cup, and saucer in the house. But stack was wobber and higher. Next, she found paper, scissors, ribbon, and tape. She wrapped everything she could get her hands on. When she finished wrapping, Casey was exhausted. All she wanted to do was sit down. But when he looked for her comb I drank, there was just one more problem. So she set up her mirror and saved imaginary customer, a flying pig. Try the pet department, sir. I'm sorry, madam. We don't sell crocodile in handbag. You don't like your put shock, sir. I joined them at once. And she smiled her tooth. The crocodile smiled until her wool face edge. Casey in charge. One Monday morning, Casey was the first to apply the luxury goods department. Only the security guard was there. He had been guarding the store during the night. The guard was finishing his breakfast. Now he was pleased to see Casey. Now he could go home to bed. Casey was nervous. He didn't want to leave alone in the store. You'll be fine, said the guard. Just keep an eye on the Everglades emerald. The guard left. Casey wasn't nervous anymore. She felt important. She was in charge. The Everglades emerald was the most expensive thing in the store. It was kept a case of a just stone glass. Casey thought it was the most beautiful jewel and he had ever seen. But Casey wasn't the only one admiring the emerald. Hiding behind the wheel Nico and Rupert, the Grady Boys. What a beauty, said Nico. But look at Case, said Rupert. How will we ever break the glass? Never fear, Nico weeps, and as Casey ran away from the emerald, Nico took something from his pocket. Nico held up the small wrist. My serif weapon, he said. It can't be hurt. by humans, but it can. He put wings to his leaf and blew. The cave exploded. Shattered glass. He finished his grin. The Everglades emerald was there on the taking. At last, gasped Rupert. I can't wait to get my hand on it. Diego and Rupert sneaked out from their hiding place. They hid glitter, the grid. Now to correct our prize, said Diego. We will be the richest man in the world. The thieves crept closer to the emerald, but Nico had made a big mistake. He was right about humans not being able to hear his wish. What he didn't know was that animals could hear it. Hey, told Casey, the Toy Town Express. She spun around, ready to race to the toy department, forgetting her tail. It which swing around too. It's damn hook, priceless Pierre nickel. Casey took her tail. The nickel snapped. Pierre went everywhere and Casey was flying. So did great boys. The rowing Pierre sent the sliding to the floor. It tumbled to the ground, bringing the Everglades emerald with them. Casey turned to see the greedy boys lying in the heap. Oh no, customers! She cried and rushed over to help them up. Rupert was groaning and Nico still had his eye on the emerald. He wouldn't let a clumsy crocodile run his plans. He would wait years to steal this giant gem. In her hurry to help, Casey tripped. She slid across to the floor, her arm thrust out, and Collie nose first with the table which held Everglass engine chisel. The table whooped, the chisel whooped. Then they crashed to the floor. Casey got up. She was furious. What had she done? One of the engine posts had topped off the table, string onto her customer head. At that moment, the boss walked in. Casey started to explain, but Mr. Egglet wasn't listening. She had just seen the Everglade emerald lying on the floor, then saw the pot and the leg. The bark lying went to them. He quickly put two and two together. He was no longer a cross boss. He was very pleased and sick and style boss. He picked up the emerald and beamed at Casey. Well done, you saved the Egglet emerald. Casey was pushed. Mr. Egglet pointed to the pot. And you cut the greedy boys. Yeah. Oh, so I have, said Casey. That afternoon, the boss gave the party for Casey. The whole town is invited, except for the greedy boys. Nico and Rupert were both safely behind bars. It was best party ever. It was singing and dancing, cake and ice cream, and fantastic fighting fireworks. Then Casey was given a medal. It was a proudest moment of her life. Her was a hero. After the party, Mr. Everglade smiled at Casey. "I've got a new job for you," he said. He didn't want Casey to be an ensign anymore. Instead, he came the Everglade chief taster with her tail tucked firmly beneath her. Goodbye.